All right, so NTI Luke chapter 8, Holy Spirit says, "You are looking at yourself now and seeing what you believe is your unworthiness. As you compare yourself to others, you note that you are not good enough. You do not give enough or practice enough. In your own judgment, you are never enough. Let's review what I have asked of you. I have asked you to trust that you are worthy. I have asked you to let your sickness rest. I have promised that we would look at your sickness together, and I have asked you to nurse your willingness and gratitude." What Holy Spirit is doing in NTI Luke chapter 8 is speaking to a mind that is entering into a state of mind that could really go in one of two directions. I'll be honest. At this point, the mind could go in one of two directions. It is beginning to think heavy unworthiness thoughts. And it could go into what we might call depression. It could even go into what we might call a suicidal state of mind, a self-hatred state of mind, by continuing to follow the thoughts that are in that mind now. Or it could choose instead to step into purification. And I think it's kind of interesting to realize that our worst times are the opportunity for the purification process. And it's important to realize that choice, that when the mind is really heavy, it's the state of mind that I call the ego attack. But when the mind is really heavy with those self-hatred thoughts, just it has us as down as it can get, that is our opportunity right there to step into the purification process. And I think it's great to make that shift, because we can continue to follow those heavy thoughts, or we can use them. And of course, what Holy Spirit is doing is giving us the opportunity to use them. So again, I read, "You are looking at yourself now and seeing what you believe is your unworthiness. As you compare yourself to others, you note that you are not good enough. You do not give enough or practice enough. In your own judgment, you are never enough." These are the types of thoughts that are going on in the mind. "Let's review what I have asked of you. I have asked you to trust that you are worthy." So trust. Trust that you are worthy. Trust me, Holy Spirit is saying, more than your own judgment of yourself. This is very reminiscent of a Course in Miracles section called The Two Evaluations. Trust me more than your own judgment of yourself. I have asked you to trust that you are worthy. I have asked you to let your sickness rest. When he says let your sickness rest, what he really means is do not believe these stories. Do not believe these thoughts. He says, I have promised that we would look at your sickness together. And that, of course, is what is happening. He's reminding us when all of this is coming up, this is our opportunity. He's promised we'll look at the sickness together. But how the heck can we look at the sickness if the sickness isn't present? So it's rising up now so that we can look at it. He's saying this time that you're going through, which you were about to judge as awful, is the great opportunity I promised you. This is your opportunity to heal. It's not bad. This is wonderful. I am keeping my promise now. He's helping us to shift our minds. This is not bad. I am keeping my promise to you now. I have promised that we would look at your sickness together, and I have asked you to nurse your willingness with gratitude. So he's asking us to focus our attention now, when this really bad time seems to be upon us, focus our attention right now on our willingness to be healed, because that opportunity is here. He continues, now is a time for gratitude and rest. And by gratitude, he means gratitude for our willingness to be healed. Gratitude that the opportunity to be healed is here. Gratitude for the healing process. By rest, he's asking us not to listen to, believe those thoughts in the mind. So whatever thoughts have brought us here to this point of healing, he's asking us now to let go of those thoughts. It does not mean deny those thoughts. It does not mean fear those thoughts, but no longer believe those thoughts. I talked about this a lot on Sunday night. I talked about how I actually would get on the treadmill at the gym and watch the hate thoughts in my mind. And I would speak to each thought. I would say, I see that thought, but I do not choose to listen to it. And then the next thought would come and I would say, I see that thought, but it is not a thought I want. It's not a thought I choose to believe. So I'm not denying the thoughts, but I'm also not taking them in and believing them. So it's a time of gratitude and rest. Gratitude for this opportunity to heal, and it's a time to rest from believing the thoughts in the mind. Holy Spirit continues, be grateful that you have been willing to bring your sickness to me. Rest as we look at your sickness together, for it cannot be healed if it is hidden from healing. Again, he's telling us this is why this seemingly bad time has come. It's not bad. You asked for healing, and here it is. It's right here, so we can look at it together and heal.